Brigadier General retired Ahmed Mohammed is with us in studio tonight to answer some of those questions regarding the airport security. Thank you for joining us. And the first question, obviously, many people are asking tonight is how did he get onto the airside of the airport? Is it even possible?
Well, thank you, Ken. I will first want to say that this case is actually a mystery. You're talking of somebody getting there. The government is saying nobody got there. So I want to confirm first that the airport system is a very strong and elaborate system. You can't just walk in all the way to the airside. There are so many checks along the way. It's not that easy.
It's not that easy.
Yes.
I know there are 5 checks.
Yes,
when
correct.
you're arriving at the airport, there's the first security.
Yes, correct.
Then the second one, the old gate.
Exactly.
Then when you're going to the departure line, there's one there. Then there's the immigration one.
Correct.
Then there is the gate one. The question still is, how did he get to the airside? Because there have been allegations that perhaps he was working at the airport and this has been denied. So how did he get there?
Well,
how possible? Paint a scenario how he would have gotten to the other side.
Ken, is a bit tricky. As I said, this is a mystery. And I want to say that what is in place won't allow you to get into the airside unless if you're a passenger.
Unless you're a passenger.
Those 5 checks are so thorough that you can't get through them unless if you're a passenger.
All right, so Ken cannot get to the airside unless he's a passenger. Of course, I'll be guided. Now talk to us about the possibility of getting to the airside if you work at the airport. How easy? What is the security clearance?
Okay, Ken, in terms of the clearance, we have 4 clearances for the airport.
Okay.
One is the all access.
All access.
Which allows you to get everywhere in the airport.
Okay.
Security.
Who has this access? Who has all access?
Security.
Yes.
The air staff will mainly have that.
Okay.
Then the second one that we have is the lounge access.
Lounge access.
Allows you into the airport, into the terminal, the cleaners, the staff who are selling things and all that.
Okay.
Now, the third category is the apron, taxiway, and runway.
Okay.
That is a very restricted area.
Apron,
you can't taxiway and apron, taxiway, and runway.
And runway, okay.
Now, this is what we call the restricted areas, such that a normal person cannot make his way up to there.
So, still, I don't understand. Let's paint the scenario that this young man was working at the airport. What would he have needed to access the aircraft and get into the aircraft?
Okay, let's talk about maybe what Colnet does.
Okay.
Colnet is a cleaning company,
yes.
and they will clean inside mainly the lounge area.
The lounge,
And therefore, what he'll have in this case is the lounge pass.
Okay.
The lounge pass allows him to get into the airport and into the lounges. He has no access to the airside, which is just outside. Just outside. He has no access outside that building. He's confined inside there. And his cleaning is confined inside the airport. Okay. Remember, those who clean the aircrafts are not Colnet.
They're not.
They're special.
Yes.
And those are special clearance. And in fact, let me also confirm that most of these guys have received their clearances. In fact, even to say that our airport has a biometric system that caters for everybody who walks in there in terms of the staff, the employees, and all of them are cleared.
Okay. So how comes this name does not appear on any list? All right, that's a question perhaps you cannot answer. But tell me, I'm looking at the aircraft that flies to London. It's a very big aircraft. How would he have gotten to the landing gear of this aircraft?
Yeah, and Ken, that's what I'm saying. That still remains a mystery.
So could he have
cannot
been
say
aided?
He got in there.
Could he have, apart from the cleaners, there are the service providers. There's the one that packs the foods, right?
Yes.
Then there are the ones that do the cleaning for the aircraft. There are the refueling, the air conditioning and all.
Yes.
So for you to get to the aircraft, you must be one of these people.
Now let me say this. First, in terms of aircraft security, this airport is manned 24/7. And there's staff always who are moving around. In fact, we have staff, the anti-pilferage patrol team that goes around the taxiway, the airside and all that, and they check always. Other than that, you have the CCTV cameras. The CCTV cameras check you 24/7. So any movement that is not normal will be picked.
All
right. And I can show you by seconds, they'll be there to catch up with you. So the only person who can get in there is those who have all access.
All access.
And they're allowed to get in there. Anybody else, I can show you, you'll be picked very quickly.
Okay, so this back and forth. Now this is a more difficult question. Why has it been so difficult for London and Nairobi to explain this?
Well,
are they managing expectations? You know, we were just upgraded. Our status of the airport was just upgraded the other day. Why is it? Because the Metropolitan Police confirmed that they sent the information to Nairobi, but even Nairobi could not certainly confirm
Yes.
the fingerprints belong to who?
In fact, Paul Manyasi still remains a mystery. He's nowhere in our records, nowhere at all. Nobody can confirm that this guy is actually a Kenyan. It's still tricky. So until we confirm this, it's difficult to say, yes, we have a case at hand.
Is that why there's a ping pong between Nairobi and London?
Definitely, yes. Definitely. And of course, as you said, Kenya has to be very careful. We have got this new status that allows us to operate international. And in saying that, I want to say something else also.
Okay.
That remember, Kenya has been checked thoroughly. Kenya has received ICAO standards. We qualify, both in terms of physical, documentation, and equipment. Even certified that we are good. So what you're talking about, somebody coming through, is very, very hard.
Very difficult.
Very
All right.
indeed.
So finally, this breach, if it's confirmed there was a breach from Nairobi, what happens to our status? Give us an hypothetical analysis of what is likely to happen if it's confirmed there was a breach from Nairobi.
Of course, I strongly believe the case will go to ICAO and our status will be reviewed.
Okay.
But of course, again, history comes in. Have we had such case before?
Yes.
Have we had breaches before? And so far, not enough. And therefore, on one case, it can't be really a major case, but even one is still too much anyway.
All right.
Yes.
Stay with me because I want to talk about international relations. When we come back, I'd like you to give me your view of this because President Uhuru Kenyatta and Somalia President Mohamed Farmajo met at the back of the ICPD 25 conference and agreed to normalize bilateral relations, more so in light of the strains that have arisen in the recent past. Now, President Farmajo has expressed confidence that the maritime boundary dispute between his country and Kenya, which is currently before the International Court of Justice in The Hague, will be resolved in a mutually acceptable manner.
Over the last couple of months, you know, we have had certain issues that have strained our relationship. But today we have agreed with my brother that there is need for us to ensure we bring normality to our relationship, we bring sensibility back to our relationship. And as brothers who may disagree from time to time, but families always find a way of resolving their problems in a peaceful manner. So we agreed that from now onwards we must do everything we can, especially as leaders, to ensure that our people live peacefully, they live happily, and we are able to work together because ultimately we are one people.
We discussed on several issues, including to reinstate the direct flights from Mogadishu directly to Nairobi, and to stop the Wajir stopover. We really appreciate. Also, we agree that to issue visa on arrival, particularly our public officials who come here for government business, we also appreciate. We have a lot of things in common, for sure. We have a lot of things in common, our people to people, government to government, business to business. Of course, we have a trade, okay, that's really mutually benefit for both countries. And people basically take it our differences rather than our common interest, And that's why I have to assure that the ICJ issue will not affect our bilateral relationship, and to make sure that we both benefit our government-to-government relationship.
All right. Do you get a sense that they are backing down from the initial stand? Because if you look at the positive message from the Foreign Affairs Ministry, it's like they know that this thing will be resolved in a different way and not necessarily at the ICJ. Do you get that sense when you listen to the both leaders?
Ken, I'll say a very good development.
Okay.
And all along, we have argued that this case should not have gone outside these two countries. We've always said that bilateral engagement is the only answer to this problem. We are neighbors. We cannot run away from that. And I know, at the end of the day, the case is still out there. It will come back. The answer lies in the two countries sitting together and enforcing this mutually beneficial way.
All right.
That is the answer.
Okay.
I can confirm that.
Okay.
Yes.
Even, is that goodwill, the visa arrangement? Is it
Well,
a goodwill from Nairobi?
Well, I'll say this is the start of the good development, that, you know, both have to give way.
All right.
And both have to somehow cooperate. And this is what's happening.
All right.
Yes.
Brigadier General, retired Ahmed Mohamed, thank you very much for coming to share with us your perspective. Very glad we know, at least I know about the level of clearance.